December 7, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
An announcement that changed so much for our country, a moment that meant so much for the future of the world. The U.S. marking 75 years since Pearl Harbor today, the surprise attack that killed more than 2,400 Americans. Today, some of the survivors have gathered at the World War II Memorial in Washington to honor those who were lost. Doug McKelway reporting live from the memorial. So, Doug, how many of the survivors are expected to be where you are today?
You know, there had been projections, Martha, that as many as 24 World War II veterans and perhaps a handful of Pearl Harbor survivors would be here today. The ceremony gets underway a little bit later. No sign of them yet, but these guys are old now. You know, the youngest of them in their 90s. It's a little bit chilly out here, and it's a bit of a hefty walk from the roadway to the memorial. So even if just a handful, even if it's just a couple of these guys show up, it's a valiant effort, and they'll be raising the red carpet for these guys if any of them do show up. The ceremony actually got underway last night with a candlelight vigil for the 2,400 plus Americans who were killed at Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. And it continues today with a keynote address by Senator John McCain, whose family has just a rich history in World War II. His father and grandfather were the first four-star admiral pair in United States Navy history. And even in victory, his family history tells of the terrible toll that war takes. His grandfather, John McCain as well, was a much admired admiral, admired for his aggressiveness in battle. He commanded a fast carrier group, did untold destruction to the Japanese home islands in the latter stages of the war. But at the end of the war, he asked for home leave. He was down to 100 pounds. Such was the stress that he was facing. Admiral Halsey said, "No, you're going to the surrender ceremony on the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay." So he attended that. Immediately after the ceremony, he flew home to Coronado, California, and died of a heart attack 4 days after war's end. So he never got to enjoy the fruits of victory. But his grandson, Senator John McCain, will be delivering the keynote address here. We'll be looking forward to that. Martha, back to you.
What a remarkable story that is. Doug, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So